Will GTA 6 have any parts of the South Americas? So originally GTA 6 was called Project Americas. That was the internal name, and when Jason Schreier used to work for Kotaku a number of years ago, he reported on it. He was one of the first people amongst some other channels and some other YouTube news reporting channels that reported that GTA 6 internally is called Project Americas. Now in like 2019 into 2022, somewhere between that time period, there are a lot of rumors coming out that the game would be effectively dumbed down. Certain elements weren't going to be included now, and they were just going to focus on the core fundamentals of the game. A lot of people have asked me whether I think that there'll be any parts of like the South Americas or even things like the Bahamas and Cuba and stuff. I do think that there is maybe some weight to maybe seeing a mission or two in the Bahamas or Cuba, like we had with GTA.
Yes. I was going to say
it's
that.
like Northampton with GTA 5. Like it wasn't an important part of the story, but it still was a throwback. So I think that there is some weight to believing that. However, you know, at the point of the South Americas potentially being pulled from the game, it doesn't mean that whilst the project was called Project Americas, that they had actually started any development on the South Americas. We have no reason to believe or prove that any development had begun on that. So if they'd axed it early on, maybe that could be introduced in the future with potentially a DLC or something. But as it sits at the moment, we have nothing to suggest that's the case, other than the fact that obviously, when the source code for GTA 5 was leaked, we were aware we were supposed to get DLC for GTA 5, which never happened. Potentially, Rockstar might make that up to us in GTA 6. Who knows?
I think the thing is with, to your point anyways, I think we'll most likely see any parts of, whether it be South America, like the Cuba or Bahamas, I would say that would most likely be just like in a mission, similar to, GTA 5 in Northampton or even RDR2 with Guarma. That would most likely be it, because I think to the point where Jason Schreier reported on in regards to this, that it was meant to include large swaths of North and South America in terms of those particular territories. I'd say that's probably going to be something that may occur as like, just a mission, or something that's probably just going to occur as like post-launch DLC or whatever, or just like as a map expansion. But whether that's online or or with the single player, I don't know. Obviously we all don't know, but I think it just, the ambition was obviously they had to reel those ambitions in, because it just must have been too much for in terms of development time. They thought to themselves, best to just scale things back. What do you think? What's your thoughts, Jetro?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of theories that, COVID kind of, COVID and Dan Houser too, especially leaving the company, were like two very big shifts for GTA 6. Yeah. I don't know if there's, I don't know if there's any, actual fact about it, but that is a theory I have seen a lot. But I was actually thinking about this exact topic when I was making my leaks video. Because we heard about South America like all the way back in 2018. It was like literally one of the first things we ever heard about the game.
That's
then really, other than Jason Schreier, we never heard about it again. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we at least won't get it on launch. Again, I'm speculating.
Yeah.
But due to the fact that we didn't see anything from the leaks, we don't know, we haven't heard anything about South America since. All we hear is Vice City. But we do know that the map is going to evolve over time. So I do think that we will see it eventually, kind of like you said, North Yankton or even Cayo Perico, something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
I do think they will add it in the future, but I don't think it'll be a part of GTA 6's story.
I think in terms of launch, like it's just going to be Vice City and then just the state of Leonida, whether it's over, like to post-launch DLC or just like a mission or a cutscene or something like that. That will probably most likely be, perhaps, I actually kind of think it will maybe be a part of the story as like a mission or a cutscene. But in terms of actually just, free roaming or whatever at launch, it's just going to be Vice City and Leonida to start with. That's it. That's what I'm going to.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's very similar with like a good example is of GTA 4. Obviously, we didn't have like map expansions, but we had different people's stories. We had like the Ballad of Gay Tony, the Lost and the Damned DLC, and maybe with GTA 6 there could be a DLC in the future which has another set of stories that take place in Leonida, and maybe there's the odd mission here or there in a small island off the coast of America, maybe like Cuba or the Bahamas or something. But obviously, if we're just basing it off the information we have, we know that the game was supposed to be bigger than it's gonna be. What that means, maybe reading between the lines, potentially DLC in the future, but at the moment we have nothing to believe either way.
With the evolving map, like I genuinely think that this time around, Rockstar is going to do everything in their power to keep GTA 6 alive for as long as possible, because this game has cost them already a reported $1 to $2 billion. And
that's insane.
And with the amount of revenue that GTA 5 acquired, even after it's been almost 11 years now that we've had GTA 5, and it still makes like $500 million every year. So I genuinely think that like they will just keep expanding. It's kind of hard to put into perspective, but I think that GTA 6 at launch will be nothing compared to what it is 5 years down the line.
Yeah.
It's kind of like GTA Online. Like GTA Online is nothing like it was when it launched in 2013. And I think GTA 6 is going to do the same, both single player and online.
Yeah, 100%. And that's not even talking about next gen consoles yet. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
dude, that's something I bring up a lot. People don't even realize how good the game is going to, imagine how it looks now, and then imagine how GTA 5 looked when it released.
Yeah.
Like,
but GTA 5 still looks good now.
Oh, 100%.
It still looks really good 100%.
now. But I mean,
like, obviously it's been updated over time. Yeah, sorry.
But I mean, you wouldn't say that going back to the Xbox 360 is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Right? Like, now that we have it on the Xbox Series X, or PC, it looks amazing. Right? So imagine what GTA 6 will look like in, I mean, I'm getting way ahead of myself, but imagine in like 7 years on the PS7 or whatever. Like, it's gonna look unbelievable.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, like, even on GTA 5 at the moment, obviously it's been updated over time to the next gen consoles or current gen, however you want to word it as at the moment, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. But it's still using those old like assets from GTA 5 from the 360 and PS3 anyways, when it was first, when they first developed it for those older systems. So if 6 looks this good, well, it does, in trailer 1 at the moment. Can you imagine when next year when it comes out? Like,
oh man, crazy.
Oh man.
To round the segment up, the scope for the game, obviously, we've got great expectations for the PS5 and PS5 Pro, but what it's eventually going to be, it's going to be incomprehensible. Like, I mean, when GTA 5 came out on the PS3 and Xbox 360, it looked incredible for the time. Like, everyone was like, this is insane. But you got to remember, like, the gameplay was in 720p.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, that's 30 FPS.
Insane. 30 FPS.
Yeah.
So it's mental.